So cool. You're obviously running for something. What are you running for?
I'm running for the Winter Springs City Commission. We've already been patching this, and I sometimes laugh because it's kind of like one of those Flex Seal commercials where they just get and slap on the Flex Seal and that's it. We're done. The wastewater plant won't blow up. But what happens is this, and just to kind of give you a little bit of perspective, back in the 1970s, one of the wastewater plants was put together. It was actually put together as a temporary wastewater plant for the sole purpose of the developer being able to sell the home sites in the area that was being built. It was really only meant to be there for about 5 years or so. Once the city structure took over the development and took over the utilities, the city was supposed to go ahead and build one. That would have been back in the early 80s. Okay. So that plant is still operating today. It's not operating at its necessary capacity, and it's been patched up and patched up and patched up over the years. So what has ended up happening is that the aging infrastructure, and this is just one plant. There's a second plant that has a completely different set of problems. That one actually had a pipe explode, which caused a major fish kill. So we're talking about, lives are at stake, because if someone would have been standing where that pipe blew up, they would have died. I mean, it would have been a horrific, death. So this isn't just millions of gallons of wastewater spilling, in the city. We're talking about an environmental disaster that could happen just because we've continued to kick the can down the road. The money is there. The budget includes money to be able to get this done. You're going to have some federal intervention, some state intervention, some county intervention. But here's what's important. The city has to have the relationship with all of these stakeholders, the stakeholders in the community, the HOAs, the landowners, as well as the businesses in the area, the homeowners. They also have to have the relationships with the county commissioners, the county government. They have to have the relationship with the state officials as well, both at the cabinet level and at the legislative level. And then, of course, our congressional representatives to be able to bring in the necessary money. Just recently, our congressman was able to get through the Defense Authorization Act money that came in for water issues to all of the other neighboring cities. Winter Springs was not in that appropriation. Why? Because the relationships aren't there. We have to rebuild these relationships. One of the most pressing challenges that Winter Springs has is securing the necessary votes on the commission to move important projects forward, especially in areas like stormwater and wastewater, which we're talking about, but in financial management as well. And for way too long, the approach has been to just continue to patch up these problems and defer action. It's the proverbial kick the can down the road strategy. So I'm committed to changing that narrative.
Again, I appreciate everything that we talked about today. If you're voting and you're in Winter Springs, I hope this interview has helped you make a very good decision on who you're going to elect into office. At the end of the day, it's important for all of us to make decisions based on who we think is the best candidate. Thank you guys for tuning in. And sir, it was awesome having you on. I really appreciate you joining us today.
Appreciate you having me. And I'm looking forward to getting things done here in Winter Springs. And with new leadership, it's going to get done.